Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We just wanted to do a few draw to first shot practices. You can download a free app on your iPad as I've got here, or get a shot timer. And we're just wanting to kind of do a few practice draws before an IDPA match tomorrow and see if we can get some reps in, see what our times are going to be. Hopefully this thing will pick up. It's kind of loud and windy out here, so it doesn't always pick up, and this is not live fire, this is just dry fire. So I'm having to up the sensitivity on the mic so it picks up my hammer hitting the slide. So hopefully we can do some decent times, and I'm going to give you kind of some tools that you can use at home. You could do this in the house as well, but for YouTube purposes I came out here and I wanted some more actual distances. So I've got a target about 11 yards. I got about an A-zone size hole in the target where I usually put paper on it, so it's a good reference point, 11 yards, to just draw and get my sights on the target and pull the trigger and see what kind of times we can get on the first shot, because that's most important. One of the most important things in competition shooting, or if you're a concealed carrier or you're wanting to practice, you know, that first shot for self-protection is the most important shot. To get an accurate first shot well under 2 seconds is very vital. If you can get it sub 1, that's great, but sub 1 I find it kind of hard to do, especially following a buzzer. You know, it may be a little bit harder when you see a gun. You're going to draw and pull the gun out, but listening for a buzzer, you don't want to draw too early. It's kind of a little bit even harder maybe to do that in a really quick time. But anyway, let's see what we do. Make sure the gun's ready. I've already checked the gun. I know it's empty. All the ammunition is inside the house, so nothing to worry about there. Okay, 1.46 is pretty good. Stop it. Got the wind out here, is dropping branches. 1.46 is the first one. Let's see if we can do a little better. .34. 1.34, that's pretty good. I'm not a sub 1 second draw person, which IDPA, the holsters have to be higher than USPSA, and so it's a little bit harder to come up and draw because you're having to come way up and then out. It takes a little longer than USPSA. So people, if you say, well, everybody I see competition shooting sub 1 second, well, a drop holster that they use in USPSA, or the holsters they use in USPSA, are meant for faster draw times. These are more meant for being up on the body so they can be concealed. So they're a little bit slower to the draw of the first shot than some of them people you'll see drawing in the sub-second range. So it's going to add a quarter second to some draws. You can get sub-second with these. It's just quite a bit harder than your USPSA holsters, just so you know. It's just a good fact to know. I kind of used to kind of beat myself up for my draw times, and then when I realized everything that they were getting sub-second draws with was either appendix, because some people get really fast with appendix, or they get the drop holsters on the side, and those are a little faster also for getting the gun up and out. These you have to come up like this and then out, and the USPSA holsters are down here, so you can really come out really fast from where your hand's dropped. So these you have to come up to the gun, grab it, and come up higher, which takes a little extra time. So that made me feel a little bit better, and something maybe for you to think about. Anyway, let's try this again. Okay, took me a second to find the dot. That was a 1.59. 1.59. It took me just a second to find the dot there. Anyway, well guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you learned something. Maybe I'll give you something else to do before you go to the range, or when you go to the range, or in your bedroom. You can do something to kind of increase your skills with a handgun as far as drawing, getting that first shot and getting it accurate. Find you a good reference point at a certain distance, at a good decent distance before you pull the trigger, because it's not that important if you can draw the gun in half a second if you can't hit the broadside of a barn. So make sure you've got your sights lined up at a specific location at a good distance, and then try that. See if this helps you any, guys. God bless. Have a great day. Sorry the camera angle is not perfect. I just wanted to come out here and do some draws and try it out. I might do some more off camera, but y'all have a good weekend, and maybe we'll bring